Chapter 3. Emotional Codependency. The truth hurts at first, but then it sets you free. You have reached the end of progress. You are stuck in life and don't know why. Your attachment is betraying you and your soul has called the cosmos for a chance to move on. Now that we explored in general regards, what's the differences between Saturn return, causing a breakup or a marriage in a person's life, in this section of the book, we will explore in more detail the reason number 1 of breakups and divorces during an individual's Saturn return, emotional codependency elimination. However, emotional codependency is not something that only affects love relationships, it affects all levels of family dynamics as well, or even coworkers. It does not discriminate. Emotional codependency is a bitch, it wants you to be sick and it does not want what's best for you. Emotional codependency will make excuses on why a partner is elusive and emotionally unavailable. Emotional codependency is a bitch. She will make you forget everything the abuser did to you, just so you keep begging attention and emotional support from a person who has proven to you that they don't care about you. Emotional codependency wants you to keep begging for emotional support, because it doesn't know how to self-emotionally regulate. Emotional codependency has a preference to cling on to people who will never care as much as you care about them. Don't expect emotional support from a rock, but emotional codependency wants support from a rock. Emotional codependency will say, he was never loved as a child, that's why he is like that, but he does love me, or, she acts tough because of the way she had to grow up, but I know she cares about me. Emotionally unavailable people. Indifference hurts and eventually kills love. Being emotionally available, it's too much to ask for some people, apparently. And sadly, that's hard to accept and process for the people who love them. Some never assimilate it and live in eternal delusion. People who are emotionally unavailable have a lot of mental issues going on. Some have been living in their minds for longer than what they have known you. These issues have outlived your relationship with this person. They were here first and they will not go away just for you. An emotionally unavailable person cannot love you, for one very simple reason: they don't love themselves. You cannot expect a person who has no self-love to love someone else. They are incapable of doing it, because they don't know how. Saying, I love you, or I love you, too, means nothing if their actions don't match. You can only treat others the way you treat your soul. An emotionally unavailable person does not love nor treats their soul with respect. Therefore, they cannot give you love nor respect. How could they? They don't have it in themselves. Emotionally unavailable people live constantly in a mental turmoil and often lie to themselves to survive reality or to get on with life. You can only give to others what you have inside of you. These people have internal turmoil, therefore will give you that. It's the only thing they can give you, because it's the only thing they have inside. Silence in a relationship. There's nothing sadder than feeling alone while in a relationship. The silence you will have from an emotionally unavailable person will be so deep, it will pierce your heart. Emotionally unavailable people have a tendency for disregarding their partner and simply stop talking to them. Some professionals in mental health call this the silent treatment among people with narcissistic personalities. It's very cruel. A person who is emotionally unavailable will one day get upset at something, since they're always in mental turmoil, and they will take it on you. Aggressive people will physically assault you, but non-aggressive people will stop talking to you, out of anger. This silence will be accompanied with non-eye contact and even disregard of your presence at all. Many people who have been in relationships with emotionally unavailable people have been put through weeks, sometimes months of their partner ignoring them or even pretending as if they are not there. No eye contact when both are in the same room, not a single word will come from their lips. Nothing. You were totally disregarded. And your soul won't be able to take it. Your immune system will sense the immense pain that this silent treatment is causing your endocrine system, and your hormones will be out of whack, and will connect to your vital force. We mentioned this before. Once your vital force, unaware to your conscious mind, signals the rest of the cosmos that you are physically and mentally out of balance because of this person, during Saturn return the universe will set things into motion to make you see this person for who they really are. However, Saturn return will bring a high dose of radical acceptance, because emotional codependency can fool your brain, but it cannot fool your immune system. When your immune system connects to your vital force, this will attract the energy of elimination to get rid of what is causing you pain, what's attacking you from your immune system's perspective. Radical acceptance will make it clear that this person does not care about you, regardless of you taking care of them. Radical acceptance will make it clear that this person is selfish and uncaring, and it will hurt like hell. It will hurt to realize that. You deserve to be heard, not to be ignored, but this person is incapable of listening to you, less caring for you. Emotional codependency wants you to be blindsided, with a blindfold over your eyes. Saturn returns radical acceptance will remove that blindfold, and you'll be able to see clearly. Unfortunately, it will hurt a lot. The truth will hurt at first, but then it will set you free. You have two options after the hurt radical acceptance will make you feel. Option 1. You ignore it and put the blindfold of emotional codependency back yourself to live again in delusion, keeping on suffering forever in secret. Option 2. You consciously taking action to stay and move away from this person for good. A person who time after time has proven to you that they don't care about you, that your interests are not their concerns. Someone who has accepted to be in a committed relationship with you will show through actions that they mean it. A person who time after time, through their actions prove to you that they simply don't care about your frustrations and sadness is a low-quality partner material. You deserve a high-quality person in your life, someone who listens and reciprocates when you care. Some people never acknowledge their emotional codependency and so they forever suffer in silence, while trying to keep up with the illusion of a great relationship, when in reality the situation is one-sided. Emotional codependency never pays off, it will forever betray you and will make you feel miserable when silence arrives. Why? Simply because emotional codependency cannot handle pain, it is not self-reliant, causes autophobia and keeps you from learning how to auto-regulate your emotions. Not only that, but it will convince you to take irrational decisions, like taking back or going back to the one person who used you and who has proven to you that they will always be first. Emotional codependency will sabotage your progress, just so it doesn't feel lonely. Emotional codependency will sabotage you from moving forward, away from the self-centered person who will never reciprocate or love you back. Emotional codependency has a little dirty trick called, let's ignore everything and pretend as if nothing ever happened. Emotional codependency will make you forget very traumatic, even humiliating events that happened between you and the other person, just so you don't go away. Love who loves you back. This emotional unavailable person does not love you, this person does not deserve you. The cosmos wants what's best for you, because you are part of it. Saturn is telling you, it's over, let go. You're not a rescuer. You cannot rescue them. They don't want to be rescued. You cannot help a broken person, you can only break yourself in the way. Trying to rescue your beloved emotionally unavailable person will only crack you from the inside out. Your self-esteem will start to deteriorate, your physical appearance will change for the worst and you won't recognize the person you used to be in old pictures. You were that person before this individual entered your life, but not anymore. The more you try to fix and help an emotional unavailable person, especially those who have substance addictions, the more you'll destroy yourself trying to. There's no fixing an emotionally unavailable person, you will only ruin your bank account, you'll deplete your self-esteem and you'll reach burnout followed by a breaking point. Enough is enough, says Saturn, let go. Trying to rescue a low-quality individual, as are emotional unavailable people, is not only a waste of time, energy, and money, it's unfair to your soul. You owe yourself the best life you can possibly have, and trying to fix your dream person will sabotage the progress of your soul. You will become a self-sabotager, just like your emotionally unavailable person. I told you, you cannot fix a broken person, you can only break yourself in the way. An emotional unavailable person, especially an addict, is not noticing all of your efforts to help them. As a matter of fact, you trying to help them go through addictions will make them resent you and even be annoyed more than feel like you're doing because you love them. They don't care, they do not love themselves enough to change for their own well-being, and they don't love you enough to change for you. They won't change. It is already hard enough dealing with an emotionally unavailable person, but when substance addictions are added to the mix, it gets unbearable. Their addictions are now more important than you. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you will let Saturn do its job, and together will free you from this low-quality person you have clung onto for dear life. Let go. They do not want your help, they don't see your help, they do not care about your help. Emotionally unavailable people are kind of in love with self-pity. They love to feel sorry for themselves, and they cannot enjoy their self-pity party with you. They're trying to cheer them up. In a way, you're kind of a mood killer for them. They want an enabler, and you're not one. Good. Addicts don't want fixers, they want enablers, friends and family members who will let them continue their addictive habits without being judged or told not to, the way rescuers often do. You want to help them, I get it, you just have to understand, they don't want it. By trying to be a rescuer, you become the villain. Ironic, I know. But this is the mindset of an addict and you cannot change it. When it comes to emotionally unavailable addicts, there are 3 options you can proceed with. Option 1. You become an enabler, and continue to let them indulge in their addictive habits. This comes at a high price though, because chances are that you will also become an addict soon, since you become the people with whom you surround yourself with. Option 2. You try to be a rescuer, in which you waste your life trying to stay between an addict and their beloved addiction. This comes at a high price to your mental health, since as we have mentioned multiple times before, you cannot fix a broken person, you can only break yourself in the way. This is just wanting to be miserable, honestly. Option 3. You let Saturn do its job and get away from this person, so your emotional codependency can start to die little by little. This is very painful at first, the most painful out of all of the options, but ultimately this is the only one that comes with a reward afterwards. The suffering from freedom only Saturn can provide you after decluttering your soul from a low-quality person. A reality that hurts. The truth hurts at first, but then it sets you free. Saturn is the master of radical acceptance, and during your Saturn return, the cosmos will give your life a very high dose of it. The pink-colored glasses you put on many years ago to make this relationship work will be shattered by Saturn itself. There's no excuse anymore, you will see the situation for what it really is. Radical acceptance will torture you at first, but then it will set you free. But what if I don't want this so-called radical acceptance? What if it just hurts too much? Emotional codependency has long-term, even decade-long consequences. Emotional codependency can stagnate your progress for many years. Emotional codependency will sabotage your attempts at trying something different for your life. Emotional codependency is not your friend, it is a pest in your life. It better be kept under control, just like mosquitoes in the summer, because they always come back. A life without begging for love. A life without begging for love is a life full of opportunities for those who are not emotionally codependent. A life without begging for love is freedom to obtain your potential. The worst enemy of a good person is their emotional codependency towards their partner or even ex-partner. The person will cry and suffer in secret forever. Existential agonizing is the price of begging for love. Emotional agonizing is the price to pay because of an emotional codependency with a low-quality individual. People who refuse to let go of their emotional codependency towards a low-quality individual will always have to do more than the emotionally unavailable person, that's by default. Emotionally unavailable people are notorious for doing the bare minimum for a relationship, even if they know they should be doing more, they don't care. They do not care. Beggars of love always get the worst types of partners since their standards are so low. Love-centered people will always make worse life choices than a non-love-centered person, just because their emotional codependency does not want what's best for them. Emotional codependency wants you to keep begging for love. Anything is better than being alone, says your emotional codependency. Beggars of love are underachievers and love their low-quality unavailable partners, who can also be underachievers, especially if they are in deep levels of substance addiction. People who have good levels of self-love and self-worth, who are not emotionally codependent to another person, make beggars of love feel uncomfortable, so usually ignore them instead of paying attention onto why some people are not begging for love. Why wouldn't they? Don't we all want love? Some people know that it's better to be alone sometimes, than to lower yourself to the level of an emotionally unavailable person. They do want love, but they are not desperate. Emotional codependency makes you desperate, and desperation is a vulnerable position to find yourself at. Desperation is very expensive and very regretful. Some people have been where you are right now, but they learned that there is no love or support coming from a low-quality emotionally unavailable person. They were at one point also visited by Saturn and along with its guiding hand decided to let go. Let's learn from each other. We're a species that has evolved thanks to our skill and passion to teach other the mistakes previous generations have made, so new ones don't waste their precious time, energy, and resources on situations that are not a possibility. Experience from previous generations tell us that there is no love coming from an emotionally unavailable person. Beggars of love settle for so little and they still get nothing. A person with emotional codependency will always devalue themselves so their little caring partner gives them crumbs. Do you want this to be you? Aren't you worth more than crumbs? The cosmos thinks so, why don't you? There's nothing sadder than a person begging for emotional support. I was lucky Saturn intervened and helped me break my emotional codependency from a selfish narcissist, and for that I will forever be grateful. Saturn freed me and I won't forget.